Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative is speaking to Emma Malouff about 1883 dropping soon on Paramount Plus. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here. This is awesome.
Oh, I really appreciate it. It's an exciting time. I mean, the show is going to drop. I mean, there's been a lot of hype around, Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone and everything.
Yes.
I remember the announcement for the prequel. Just the announcement was like, oh, cool. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
So has it hit you that it's finally out now, though? Like, what's it been like that it's going to be out now? Like, what is that mindset like for you?
I am so excited. It's coming out this Sunday.
Yep.
Paramount Plus, December 19th. So excited. I had the privilege of attending the premiere with the cast, and it was so surreal to watch it in all of its glory on the big screen with the amazing people that made it happen. And it was just so special. And so I can hardly wait. I'm having a watch party with my family and a couple of my friends. And, I'm so excited for the audiences to experience this story that Taylor, it's really beautiful.
What was your mindset when you were cast? Like, I'm just curious about that a little bit. Like, did you know a lot about Yellowstone? Like, what was that all like for you when you were cast for this?
Yeah, well, when I auditioned for the show, I had heard about Yellowstone, but I hadn't actually ever watched it. And so when I auditioned for it, my grandma was with me, and the two of us sat down, and over the weekend, over 2 days, we binged all 3 seasons. We could not get enough of it. And I was like, I have to be a part of this. This is the coolest thing. This is the best show I've ever seen. And so, when I booked it, I mean, come on, I was so ecstatic, so thankful, so ready to jump into the world of Taylor and Yellowstone. And it was the best.
It's pretty cool how it becomes, it's a prequel. It's an extension of like the Yellowstone brand, or universe, so to speak, and everything. What can they expect without going into big spoilers? But what can we expect from 1883? And what can we expect specifically, like with your character and everything? What can we expect with that without going into big spoilers? It's hard, but
absolutely. No, this is the origin story of who we know to be the Dutton family. This is following James Dutton and Margaret Dutton, played by incredible Faith Hill, Tim McGraw, as well as a couple other amazing characters, Sam Elliott, LaMonica Garrett. And it's following their journey west from Texas onward. And I play the niece of Faith Hill and Tim McGraw's character. I play Mary Abel Dutton, and she was such a fun character. I will say this: she is absolutely nothing like me.
That's interesting really too, right? Challenge. Because that's interesting too. Sometimes I find it interesting sometimes too, because it's the opposite, right? Sometimes people are like, I like the character because they remind me of myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So she was so fun to step into, because she is not like me at all. So that was a real stretch as an actor, and being able to explore something completely different. It was really fun.
Did you see that? So did you know that when you auditioned that it was going to be completely different?
Yeah, I had an idea of it, but I will say, what I ended up preparing, my mindset for my preparation when I had the audition was very different from my mindset the day of and working when I booked the role, because I had a much broader perspective of who Mary Abel was. I worked with a fantastic dialect coach and an amazing, wardrobe who created this incredible costume for me to wear, hair, makeup, to really help me step into Mary Abel. And it was the best.
I find it interesting. My next question kind of also has to do with 1883, but you can also kind of link it to impeachment as well. I find it interesting with the way things kind of get out there and are marketed, like shows and advertised and everything, is very interesting to me, because like I said in the beginning, like when 1883 was like announced, even before any visuals, there was like hype and excitement around it. Are you getting used to the kind of different tiers and waves, so to speak, of like how things are getting out there a little bit? Because it's like, it feels like there's the announcement of the date, then a trailer, then a clip, then the interviews. It's almost like this big wave over like a year or two. It's interesting. Are you getting used to that when you work on big projects like this?
I think so. You know, this really is sort of just my first go around here of this of press and all of that, and I've been really enjoying it. I'm so thankful to my amazing team, and they've made it really easy for me to feel adjusted and capable and, you know, prepared for sort of all of the after effects of filming and then what happens next, the other side of the industry, really.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
So
And you know what? Like, you're acting in 1883, but you're a storyteller. Emma Malouff is a storyteller. That's what you do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What excites you about storytelling, Emma?
Oh gosh, so much. You know, ever since I was young, I was escaping into my own imaginary worlds that I would create in my head, and you know, I'd lock myself in my room and just pretend and live out these characters that I created or that were inspired by, you know, characters that I saw on screen. And so my whole life I've been a storyteller, and I've always called myself a professional daydreamer, and
That's
moved out
good.
to
That's awesome.
to Los Angeles when I was 14 to pursue, you know, a career. And it's been amazing. It's been an experience unlike anything else. And what excites me about a good story is when someone gets to see themselves in a character, or better yet, it transports them into another world, and their imagination gets to run wild, and it unlocks creativity with an individual, and also just that camaraderie of coming together as a community to create something beautiful. And then the other part of that is coming together as an audience to watch something beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my favorite part, is being like, I can hardly wait for the watch party this weekend, because I'm so excited to have all my friends and family be able to sit and experience something that is just beyond themselves.
100%.
And that's what I love about storytelling.
To add to that a little bit, little kind of add on to what you just said, are you prepared for how quick it's going to be in terms of the reception and the hype? Because I feel I feel like it's kind of sometimes, like with Instagram and everything, it's kind of hard to like process it all because it happens so quick. Like, it's gonna drop on Sunday and it's just gonna be like craziness. Theories are gonna come out after one episode.
I know, it's crazy. I'm just so excited. I can't wait to hear people's response because there was so much hard work and dedication that went into this project from the whole cast and crew. And I had the pleasure of actually seeing a pre-screening with the cast and crew. It was just a closed screening and before the premiere, and being able to witness what everyone had worked so hard and seeing the fruits of that labor, I can hardly wait for audiences to see it and experience something, like I said, something bigger than themselves. This really is a larger than life project. And Taylor, just his brain is brilliant. His writing is brilliant, and I can't wait for people to witness it.
I mean, absolutely. This is a big project. You worked on Impeachment as well, which was like a big project as well. But I'm just curious but even if, you know, it's, you know, we talk years later and you've worked on many projects, there's always going to be learning experiences no matter how long you've kind of worked on a set.
Absolutely.
You've gone to work on this show 1883 with some amazing, incredible people that have done a lot of amazing things. I'm just curious, what were kind of the lessons or like tips? Are there anything you could tell me, like anything you learned from anyone specifically, any advice you got from some cast and crew, anything you can tell me about that?
Absolutely. You know, 1883, American Crime Story was a huge learning curve for me.
I keep forgetting. I see Impeachment, but it was American Crime Story.
Yeah. Well, no, it's American Crime Story, Impeachment.
Yeah. Exactly.
And working with Sarah Paulson, you know, she is just brilliant. Yeah. And it was a masterclass in acting, being able to witness her and work with her. Wow. And 1883, you know, there were more people that I was acting with directly, Faith and Tim and Dawn Olivieri, who plays my mother on the show, and she is just incredible, and she really sort of took me under her wing as we were, working out our chemistry, working out that mother-daughter dynamic, and watching her. She is such a fearless actress. She just, goes for it in every scene, every take. Gives me chills. Just talking about it. I can hardly wait for audiences to watch her, because she inspired me so much as an actress to take initiative with every scene, every moment, find every piece of truth, and to make it real and as truthful as possible. And Faith and Tim, they just, the culture of family that they had with everyone on set was just so beautiful. And that was so inspiring to me, to be able to watch them and learn from them and be like, okay, when that's how I want to be. Even now, I want to make everyone feel comfortable. I want to make everyone, feel loved and seen and excited about what we're all working together.
I bet it's just an overall surreal experience, just showing up and doing the scenes, knowing like all the amazing things that they've like worked on in the past.
Yeah. And it was so fun too, because they're singing all the time, and we had karaoke, and it was just, they are such genuine human beings. I'm so thankful that I got to meet them, and same with Sam and LaMonica. Really incredible individuals, and it just was such a pleasure to be able to work with them.
100%. Before we wrap up, when it premieres on Paramount Plus, 1883, what are you hoping the audience gets out of it when they get to watch the show?
That they would walk away stunned and just in awe of this artistry, this poetry, really. To be able to read what Taylor wrote and then to watch it being translated on screen, it is some of the most beautiful cinematography, beautiful writing, the character development, what they're gonna become so attached to these characters. And I want them to just feel like they're a part of something bigger, and it's really exciting.
Amazing. Emma, I want to thank you so much for coming on Popternative to chat about 1883. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. It's been so great to talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, 1883, Sunday in Paramount Plus. And where can people follow you on social media to keep update with everything? Is there an Instagram?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on Instagram, just my name, @Emma Malouff. And, I have a TikTok, but I don't really use it, but I'm trying to kind of figure out how to use it.
You have a TikTok, but you don't really have a TikTok.
But I don't really have a TikTok. But yeah, Instagram is the best way to keep up with all the things that are going on in my life. And yeah.
Amazing. This has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes, Popternative.com for other content as well. Until next time, this is Emma Malouff, which we're going to be able to catch in 1883 streaming on Paramount Plus, and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.